Muruganar once told me, Lakshmana Sarma lived Ulladinarpadu. When I asked him what he meant by that statement, he clarified, whatever was conveyed by the master in Ulladinarpadu, Lakshmana Sarma practiced to the core. He lived, breathed, and thought only about those 40 glorious and sacred verses. Since he was a scholar of English, Tamil, and Sanskrit, he constantly kept translating the verses into these languages. The introductory sentences of his translation reveal the great adoration he had for the master. The ancient law, the Upanishads, has received a striking confirmation from the life and teachings of the sage of Arunachala, Bhagavan Ramana. To all his disciples, both from the east and west, the written and oral teachings of Bhagavan are the primary revelations. The ancient law is of value because it is found to be in full accord with the teachings of Bhagavan. But even for those who look upon the ancient law as the primary authority, the teachings of a living sage must be profoundly interesting. In these pages, a systematic presentation of the old and new revelations is sought to be given. His English translation of his original Tamil book was titled Maha Yoga. For many years, this remained the only English book that was an authentic rendering of Bhagavan's teaching of Atma Vichara or self-inquiry. It was only after Bhagavan's Maha Samadhi that other English publications such as Arthur Osborne's books and Munagala Venkataramayya's talks with Ramana Maharshi were made available in English. These books gave the English reading audience greater access to the direct teachings of Bhagavan. What made Lakshmana Sarma give the book such a title? Towards the end of chapter 9 of the book, a beautiful chapter called The Quest, Lakshmana Sarma reveals why he called it Maha Yoga. Bhagavan once said that the question, "Who am I?" is the quest that one has to undertake. Since all the yogas are included in the question, "Who am I?" it is called Maha Yoga. As usual, Bhagavan did not buy the published version of the book. He said, "Who has the money to buy it?" As was his wont, he bound the final proofs of the manuscript and preserved it, since he himself had spent many hours correcting the proofs. Around this time, while going through the ancient Kurma Purana, Bhagavan found a Sanskrit verse which he transcribed at the bottom of the 9th chapter. The Sanskrit verse read, "The yoga in which one sees the self and the Lord Shiva declares is me, the one immaculate eternal bliss, is considered to be Maha Yoga pertaining to the Supreme Lord." Lakshmana Sarma and Muruganar were both great friends and ardent devotees of Bhagavan. These giants came to Bhagavan without any knowledge of Vedanta or Advaita, so they could imbibe whatever Bhagavan told them. Muruganar had already written Guru Vachaka Kovai, or the garland of the Guru's sayings, in the form of Tamil poetry. Muruganar and Lakshmana Sarma selected 300 verses and the latter translated them into English prose. He named the work Guru Ramana Vachanamala. Lakshmana Sarma also wrote Sri Ramana Hridayam in Sanskrit. He translated this into English and published it under the title Revelation. All these English books are of great value to those who know only English, as it gives them direct access to Bhagavan's teachings. When someone asked why he wrote all his books under the pseudonym of Who, he replied, "These books contain all that I have learnt from my master Bhagavan and my friend Muruganar. So who wrote them?" Lakshmana Sarma believed in naturopathy and went back to his village in order to treat people. His book Nature Cure, dedicated to Bhagavan, is considered the most authoritative book on the subject. He also wrote a Sanskrit book on nature cure called Swadhina Swasthya Mahavidya. He is considered to be the father of naturopathy in India. Yet his mind was always tuned to the teachings of Bhagavan. Even after Bhagavan gave up his body in 1950, he continued composing Sanskrit verses on the teachings of Bhagavan and gave his collection of 700 verses the title Sri Ramana Paravidyopanishad. The ashram brought out the book in English. This Upanishad of supreme knowledge is a boon to Ramana devotees.
The following verses from Sri Ramana Paravidyopanishad, composed by Lakshmana Sarma, embody the teachings of Bhanavan beautifully. Verse 477. Just as waves are only the ocean and the dream world is only the seer of the dream and nothing else, so the whole world is only myself and nothing more. This perception is the merging of the world in the self. Verse 504. Since the ancient declaration, "You are that," settles one in one's real self, disentangled from the veiling sheaths, one is ever the supreme reality, the impersonal being alone. Only through the quest of the self, one experiences the identity of one's self and the supreme reality. Verse 505. When through self-inquiry one gives up the notion "I am the body" and seeks the self, one becomes fully aware of one's true nature and thus is firmly established in the heart where the Supreme Being shines as one's true self. Verse 506. The quest of the self alone is the direct path to right awareness of the self. Meditation is only a preliminary aid to this quest by way of making one transcend the hurdle that one is the body.